Dun, dun, dun! Hello, beautiful people. It's me, Robin Vi Carpenter Briscoe, your favorite spiritual life coach. And I am dun, 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 welcoming you to day 21 of the magic and the crystals. Yes, yes, we are here. And I am very, very grateful to be here. Excuse me. So we are like in the home stretch for real. Okay. We're on day 21. It's 28 days and here we are together. So we are talking about magnificent outcomes. How fantastic is this? This, right? I know I say it every day. This is like a really great practice. It is, though, because again, we're, cementing that idea that something, being grateful for something before it's happened, right? Because remember, all things are in consciousness, right? So all things already exist. Remember we talked about that. Sorry, my nose. All things that we want, need, or desire in life already exist, even if they are not currently available to us. So that means if we are grateful for them before they happen, before we receive it, but we are great. But my favorite part about this is something completely different. But let's read the quotes first. So the first quote is, you say grace before meals. All right. But I say grace before the concert and the opera, and grace before the play and the pantomime, and grace before I open a book, and grace before sketching, painting, swimming, fencing, boxing, walking, playing, dancing, and grace before I dip the pen in the ink. G.K. Chesterton. Yes. Remember, lovelies, this is about creating a habit. So at first, it may feel a bit forced or unnatural. Stick with it. By taking time for these moments, it is your way of reminding self that all is well and you are worthy. Me. Dee, 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 dee. So yeah, this is it, right? It's like they're blessing the thing, but I love that. I say grace before this. I'm blessing this thing before I've experienced it. Like people who bless their food, which ought to be all of us by now, because why? We did that practice several weeks ago. If we're blessing our food before we've eaten it, we're blessing all the hands that have brought it to our table. We're blessing the fact that it exists on our table. We're blessing it for the nourishment that it is going to give our body. We're saying gratefulness for all the things, right? So why wouldn't you say gratitude for everything else that's going on in your life? I'm grateful for this opportunity to do this. I'm grateful that my body is strong and able to do this thing. I'm grateful for this thing. I'm grateful for my mind. I'm grateful, whatever, right? Thank you for me getting through this. So what I liked about this, the extra of this, right, was this idea of thank you for the magnificent outcome for something really boring. Right. So mine was thank you for this magnificent outcome at the post office. And thank you for this magnificent outcome at the dollar store. and thank you for this magnificent outcome at the thrift store. Like, that was my list, when one of my lists when I did this before. So these are like ordinary things, and yet can be completely extraordinary experiences, and you don't even know it, right? Because the whole point is to be grateful for the unknown, knowing fully and completely that since everything is love, all things come from the same source of goodness, that means the outcome is already destined to be good. So why wouldn't you be grateful for it ahead of time? There's any number of things that could happen. Thank you for my trip to the post office. Meant I got a parking spot right by the door. There was no line. Whatever. I thought it was going to be more expensive to ship. Something, whatever. They had the cool stamps. Whatever it was. I met somebody in line who ended up buying a book. This actually happened. Something you randomly talk about, and something, and somehow I'll end up saying something about my book, and they'll be like, "You wrote a book?" And I go, "Yeah." And then I tell them, and the most unlikely people will buy a book about stones and crystals, regardless of what it's inside. They'll just go, "Oh yeah, that sounds good." And if it's not for themselves, they buy it for someone else. I had a guy sitting next to me on the plane once buying the book for his wife. He was like, "Well, look, there you go. He sold one more." And I was like, "Thanks." But I love this idea, right? Of thank you for this magnificent outcome at the grocery store. They opened a line right when I needed to get in line. Yes. So today's stone is clear quartz. So this is what I'm wearing today. Yes. I like this because I thought it was going to look like wearing pearls, but clear, and they end up looking like puka shells. If you don't know what that is, look it up. I can see clearly. All right, wait, I have to do the thing. So there it is. I can see clearly now, my quartz is on. Come on, man. I was practicing all morning in the mirror, and then I get the tickle. It supports overall well-being, focus, and clarity without all the extra. So, like, all the other stuff that's going on, none of that is going to really have anything to do with what's going on with you and your mind and getting your shit together. Here is a really big warning. And it's not really a warning, it's more of a point of awareness. I mean, I marked it with stars and circled it to make sure that I remembered to say this to you, because sometimes I, go off script. Amplifies whatever you are focusing on. Okay, think about this. This is really important. This is an important thing to get. So pay attention. It amplifies whatever you are focusing on. Whatever you are focusing on. God, I hope I don't get in an accident. I really hope I don't get in an accident. I keep feeling like somebody's going to come and hit me. We're sitting in this traffic and blah, 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 boom. See, I knew I was going to get in an accident. Are you feeling me? This is the thing, right? We have to remember that whatever we're focusing on is what will be amplified. Okay. It's not just, whatever you persist I don't remember how that one goes. But, there are many different ways of saying whatever you're thinking about, you will bring about. Whatever you focus on is what you will get. Whatever, okay? This is already a thing that many people have told you. It's all over The Secret, okay? And we are reading Rhonda Byrne's book, right? So, whatever you think about, you bring about. Clear quartz amplifies whatever you're thinking about. So now, whatever thing you're thinking about, if it's not good stuff, will also be amplified. It doesn't matter. The stone doesn't, good or bad is not a thing. Good or bad's not really actually a thing anyway, but it's all judgment. Excuse me, but that's a totally different conversation. The stone has no judgment or anything around what's going on. So whatever you are thinking about, whatever you are focusing all your energy on, whatever is on the top of your mind, because remember, nothing else, this gets focused energy, right? So all the detritus, all the stuff that you don't really need to be thinking about goes away because you are focusing solely and completely on this one idea. And it's not the best thing to be thinking about. And yet that is all you can think about, right? I can't think about anything else. You need to figure out a way, especially if you start to start working with clear quartz. That's why I like wearing it, because it is a continuous reminder to keep my mind clear. I said it. Right. So I want you to, this is the final thought about it. Well, that's not true, but this is the final thing I'm going to read from the paper. It allows you to see the bigger picture. Okay. It allows you to see the bigger picture, right? It's like, yes, you can focus, and also it allows you to also be expansive in your thought. See, this is why clear quartz is so fantastic, right? Now, if we're talking about our magnificent outcomes, how could we not use clear quartz as it's amplifying whatever we're thinking about. Thank you for this the magnificent outcome at the post office. What could that be? Who knows? It could be any number of things. It could be any number of things. The possibilities are illimitable. I did it. The possibilities are illimitable. So you just need to be grateful. How could you not want to do that? How could you not want to actually be grateful for whatever goodness comes your way before it happens? So by the time it gets there, you're like, man, this is awesome. I'm really grateful for this. I'm so glad that I was grateful. You will be grateful for being grateful. I promise you, this will happen to you because you're like, oh my God, the thing is happening. This is the great thing I was grateful for about being at the post office today. How wonderful. Thank you. I am grateful for this, whatever this is. Do you get it? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? This is how we shift our life. This is how we create the life that we want. We change our perspective. We do not look to change anyone else's perspective. We're looking to change our perspective so that we are seeing things in the way that we want to see them. We want it in the way that we want to receive in our life. Don't keep looking at your life and looking for the crappy stuff in it. Why would you do that? Why would you spend all of your time, energy, and attention focusing only on things that aren't great? Why would you spend that time and energy on that? Continually pointing it out. why wouldn't you spend your time being grateful for all the goodness in your life that has happened, that is happening, that's about to happen? Just be grateful all the time. That's what that's saying. All the time. There is always something to be grateful for. And that, my friends, is actually the bigger picture. There's always something to be grateful for. So let clear quartz keep your focus on the things to be grateful for. Look, look at that. Oh, and that, oh, that, mm, mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes? Yes. I love you very much. I want to continue spending time with you. And the best way to do that is for you to subscribe. It's true. It's the best way. If you subscribe, that means every time I decide to do some fun thing, because you know I'm already thinking about the next fun thing, you will be here and able to find it. You'll get the notification. It's so funny when I get the emails that I'm going live. Because of course I subscribe to my own channel. So subscribe. It'll be fun. You'll like it. And this coming Saturday, if you're looking at this right now and you're going, ooh, this is good, I'm going to say to you, this coming Saturday, you definitely want to be on the show after our morning session for the magic and the crystals, illimitable living sessions that happens every Saturday at 10 a.m. You're going to be wanting to be there for that conversation. I have a special guest. Super excited. So subscribe. And what else do you need to do? You need to remember. You need to remember, my friends, that you are illimitable. You are. You are illimitable. There is no way to limit you. So go out and create a life that rocks. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.